Thank you, everybody, for coming. This is an important joint activity between so many different entities that, and so many different groups that actually brought this to the forefront and the need for action. We would be remiss if we didn't all collectively here understand that Butch Wilkins deserves a ton of thanks for spearheading the entire issue of bringing awareness to the need for assistance for in effect, what I call a senior Amber Alert for senior citizens, for those who may need the assistance and the help of law enforcement in locating them and in protecting them, as well as anybody else that may come in contact with them. You know, unfortunately, Alzheimer's and dementia and activities that impact senior citizens' cognitive abilities are something that are real, and they're with us. But for the grace of God, it could be any of us or any of our family members, and in many instances, it is many of our family members that suffer. And this is a condition, and more often than not, that not only affects the loved one, but more significantly affects the families of the loved one who deal every day with concern over making sure that our seniors are protected. And so Butch, together with the AARP, together with state police, together with county sheriffs, together with just about, who am I leaving out? Alzheimer's, absolutely, have all kind of collaborated to bring us to this day. We have a proclamation. I'm not going to read it, but it's this is Silver Alert System Awareness Day, but I think more important than the proclamation is the idea that these agencies are going to work together to try to assist and aid in providing help to seniors who may need it, that we need to find sometimes when they're gone. So with that having been said, let Butch say anything that Butch wants to say, and then anybody else that needs to say something.
This is a great day in Arkansas. It's a beginning. It's a first step in dealing with diseases that are going to affect all of us. This is a culmination of a lot of work on part of a lot of people. And one of the main spearheads was Allison Hogue of the Alzheimer's Association. She's the one that kept pushing me to help with this and get things done. I appreciate greatly. My family is affected by Alzheimer's, and I appreciate greatly all of the agencies that came together for this, including the governor's office, who was a tremendous help in it. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Butch. Allison, you want to say something?
I'm fine.
You sure?
I'm fine, I'm sure.
Anybody?
Sandy will speak for me. Thank you.
I'm Sandy Warmack, the State Director for the Alzheimer's Association in the state of Arkansas. And according to a study done in 2004 by your local DHS, it was determined that 100,000 Arkansans are diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. And according to our national statistics, 6 out of 10 of those people with that diagnosis will wander. So do the math, folks. 100,000, 60% means 60,000 people in the state of Arkansas are at risk of wandering with this disease. So it's such a pleasure to thank Governor Beebe for the foresight and the forward thinking to try to anticipate how we're going to return these folks home safely. And I also want to thank the others that we worked with, which is AARP, Arkansas Support Network, Let's Bring Them Home, the Sheriff's Department, the State Police, Alzheimer's Arkansas, DHS, Division of Aging, Butch Wilkins, and the INA. Together, we're all going to ensure caregivers that should their loved one wander, become lost, we're going to return them home safely. Thank you so much.
Any questions of anybody? Or did anybody else want to say anything?
I do.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
You can.
When given the opportunity. I'm Maria Reynolds Diaz. I'm the State Director for AARP Arkansas. And on behalf of our members, we too would like to thank all of our partners, especially our law enforcement and the governor, and Butch for coming together in this memorandum of understanding. It is very important that we have a formalized system of finding people who may be lost or wander because of cognitive disabilities, which of course includes those with Alzheimer's. And as we know, because of the aging population, these numbers will be growing. So on behalf of our association, as well as all of the caregivers who care for these individuals, we'd like to thank the state again for stepping forward and saying, yes, we need to do something formally, we need to come together, sign a memorandum of understanding, and try to find these people, bring them home. Thank you.
I want to say one word. Sure. Cecil Malone with the AARP and Silver-Haired Legislature. I entered a bill at the Silver-Haired Legislature, and it was passed without the easiest of anything that we had ever done. And one of the things that we looked at was the fact if you find these people within 4 to 5 hours, you can probably find them alive. Otherwise, too many of them pass on when they're off like this. And we thank you and thank the governor and thank everyone that's participated here.
Anybody else? Okay, questions?
Can you tell us if there's, what the criteria is?
Diagnosis for dementia.
Is there a time frame for sending out the alert then to be gone for a certain period of time?
No, there was not.
It's as long as they're reported and they're diagnosed under treatment, then the law enforcement agencies will respond. And they'll utilize it. It's piggybacked on the same network as Amber Alert.
Would it go up on the billboards on the highways in the same way that Amber Alert does?
No, not on the billboards, but it would go through the network of law enforcement APBs and the communication to all the appropriate law enforcement agencies within the region or the area where the individual is believed to have wandered.
Does state police or anyone have any numbers on people who've gone missing or died?
You know, I don't know. Do the state police or does anyone have any numbers? Cleo, do you know on people who have wandered or died? Do we have any? I mean, you heard the numbers original, that generally 100,000 people diagnosed and statistically 60,000 are likely to wander at some point. But that's, I don't know if we have
We
more.
don't keep that as a separate category.
Okay.
Just go missing for, which would be, any other, this would be kind of like for any other reason.
Okay.
Like Alzheimer's or anything else. We don't have.
Apparently, they don't have a separate listing on that. Undoubtedly, they'll be able to track this since it's going to be computerized now to the point that you'll be able to get some numbers going forward.
Representative Wilkins, anything different about this proclamation versus kind of what you filed this session that didn't?
As opposed to regulation or law, is that what you're saying?
Right. What are we talking about?
I don't think so. I think, and I hope this serves exactly the same purpose. It was done through mutual agreement from a lot of folks, and I hope it serves the same purpose.
So you don't see any need to have to refile that in the future?
Excuse me, sir?
You don't see any need to have to refile that bill in the future?
No, that bill's going to die in committee.
I'd point out that he always has the right, if he doesn't like the way it's proceeding, to bring it up in the future. But I'm confident that if by agreement the agencies work together in this fashion and accomplish the purpose, he won't have a need to refile it. But he's always free to refile it if he's unhappy with the way it's being handled going forward. Is that a fair statement, Butch?
Yes, sir. Let me say.
Sure.
As part of this agreement.
Tell them who you are.
Cleve Barfield, the state police. As part of this agreement, we do want everybody to go to our website and they can sign up for Silver Alert emails. And part of this, as part of the agreements, is when we are notified by the local law enforcement agency, whether it's the sheriff's office or police department, we will immediately notify all news media, and they can, and anybody in the public who signs up for these email alerts.
Just to further amplify on your point that you just made, it was pointed out to me that the Amber Alert's not done by legislation either. It was done by agreement, and so this is comparable.
I'm Phyllis Watkins with Alzheimer's Arkansas, and not only will this alert help the folks that I serve who have Alzheimer's disease, but it would also help my 37-year-old daughter who has Down syndrome, who might be abducted or wander off. So it's going to cover people from 18 up,
Yes.
18 up, who might have some other cognitive disability where they might wander off or be abducted. So it's a good thing.